The following changes have occurred over the past 24 hours. Fighting continues in the Kramatorsk-Druzhkovsky area. From the north of Privolye, operators regularly hit the enemy's strongpoints from where the hill begins. In this event, the drone targeted a Ukrainian dugout. In this image, you can see the slope from the lowlands, where the forest is located in the distance. From here, it is advantageous for the APU to monitor the situation and adjust the fire. A drone grenade launcher destroyed the dugout. The Russian infantry is pressing from the eastern side on the elevated territory. To the southwest, soldiers of the Volunteer Corps are fighting in Golubovka. The western part of it is located on a hill. The area south of this village is under the control of the Russian side. The release of Menkovka was officially announced on February 16th. To the southwest, work is underway on fortifications. Two examples of the defeat of the supports of the trapped Markov are shown. Over 20 fortifications have been erected in this area of the armed forces of Ukraine. With the help of artificial barriers, the Ukrainian armed forces are trying to stop the approach to Romatorsk. To the north, closer to Slavyansk, the operators of this association, in addition to their combat groups, turn out to be military personnel of the Third Army. Along the northern outskirts of the Alexandrovka district, the Ukrainian armed forces were moving to the front line in a pickup truck. The operators switched the drone to active mode, where they immediately began to chase the car. After about 400 meters, he destroyed it. The other drones were shown Gorenje. In addition to the paved one, the APU uses a field road nearby, the method of dispersing the logistics route. In another action, the enemy turned south on a Cossack towards the Privolye region. The cameraman hit his side with the same weapon. At least the armored car is out of action. The enemy is suffering losses in the Slavic direction every day. In the Sumy direction, the division of the North Group continues to put pressure. On the outskirts of the Ulanovo-Kucherovka line, motorized infantry of the 80th Brigade pushed through the enemy's position. They decisively entered the border village of Kharkiv, where she was later released. The warriors are improving the humiliation situation so far. Slightly from the northwest, a more elevated area begins with the approach to Kucherovka. The enemy is suffering losses in that village. The video released today showed the pre-processing of the Ukrainian forces before the assault on Kharkiv. In this fragment, in the northern part of Kucherovka, an FPV drone hits a temporary deployment point of the armed forces of Ukraine. That is, the planned work was going on throughout the district. Due to the nearby points, there is also a border checkpoint, which is located in the lowlands. In addition to the immediate area, work is also underway in the near rear. A UAV company control point was identified in the southern part of the Birch. He was in a truck. After confirmation, the Russian side launched a combined strike. First, a Lancet was used on this truck. Other drones were objectively monitored. Then, a little to the south, the Tornado S crew hit the enemy's temporary deployment point. As a result of the defeat, the control points of the UAV and more than 10 personnel were destroyed. High intensity of fighting remains in the Guliai-Polye sector of the front. On the outskirts of Verkhnaya Tersa, the guards of the 218th Regiment drove the Ukrainian armed forces out of the hospital during offensive operations. In the battles for this village, the losses of the Ukrainian side amounted to more than a platoon of manpower. The soldiers aligned the front line along the railway. In order to further wedge into the Ukrainian defense with covered flanks, the fighters are provided with advance by the pilots of the 11th Army. An aerial bomb attack was launched west of Zaleznichny against the Ukrainian armed forces in a wooded area. Another defeat was committed from northeastern Gorky. There are beams on this section through which the Ukrainian groups move to zero. Aviation is grinding their forces even on the approach to the line of collision. During the day, 3 attempts were stopped by armored vehicles, one of which occurred in the Rezdvyanka area. In turn, the soldiers from the Far East are conducting assault operations in the direction of the Rezdvyanka-Vozdvizhenka section. In the area of responsibility of the Vostok Group, the total losses of the armed forces of Ukraine exceeded a company of manpower. The fighting continues.